Hi everyone! Welcome back to another Fit Friday. I'm on my walk right now with Odin, of course, and I just wanted to do a little intro for this food diary that I'm about to show you. So I've kind of filmed over the last few weeks, kind of the meals that I've been preparing for myself. I'm trying to reduce the amount of carbs that I'm consuming. So things like potatoes, pasta, bread, pastries, anything made with like white flour, increase the amount of wholesome like vegetables and like whole foods. I'm not drinking alcohol at the moment, so I'm not like a big partier or something, so like cocktails is not really my thing, but I do like wine. I like to have wine with my dinner. So basically I'm not drinking wine every day. One time on a weekend, like maybe on a Sunday if we cook a nice dinner, like we'll open a bottle of wine, but it's not like something I have regularly anymore. And the other thing I'm cutting back on is sugars. So sweets and cookies, that stuff is obvious, but even sometimes things that you think, are not as obvious with sugars is like condiments or fruit juices contain a lot of sugar. He's having. Oh goodness. Zoomies. Also, just being conscious of the types of fruits that I eat. So if I do eat fruit, I will mostly eat berries because they have a low glycemic index, which means your blood sugar doesn't spike. So I'll have those sometimes in smoothies or something like that. Yeah, so I'm kind of just trying to eat a little bit healthier and a little bit more conscious of what I'm putting in my mouth. And I'm not like super strict. I'm not like, oh, this is keto or Atkins diet or South Beach or whatever. Follow a little bit more of a low carb plan. Reducing my alcohol, reducing sugar, and just focusing on more like wholesome whole foods. And the other things that I'm trying to do is just eat basically 2 main meals a day, which is for me totally enough. Everyone's different. I feel like I'm very satisfied with 2 like bigger meals per day and just not snacking throughout the day. So I have actually periods where I'm like hungry, so that I'm like, yes, I'm really hungry, now I'm going to eat again, instead of rather just like eating little things all day long. So maybe around like 11:30, 12, I'll have my first proper meal. Before that, I will have like just a coffee or a tea or something, and then really just try not to eat anything until lunchtime, which is fine because I'm not usually super hungry in the morning anyway. After lunch, I will just not snack until evening, and then I'll have my second proper meal, which is like dinner. If I'm really hungry, like maybe I'll have a snack. Usually it's not really hunger though, it's more just like I want something in my mouth, which is that's why I'm trying not to snack. But sometimes what I'll do is if I do feel like having a snack, I will do vegetable sticks, like I'll do celery often because I like the crunch of celery, and I'll just dip it in maybe some cream cheese or something, or I'll have maybe like half an avocado because they're very filling. And if I have a sweet craving, like sometimes after dinner, I will do a chocolate protein shake. So I have a vanilla protein shake by Food Spring, and sometimes I will just add cacao powder to it, just the raw cacao, or I will add some berries in there. Yeah, and that usually like satisfies my sweet craving because it's very like filling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let's get started. This morning, or late morning, early lunch, I felt like making low carb protein pancakes. So these are so good. I made these with protein powder, which I'm using this one by Food Spring. This is the Shape Shake in the vanilla flavor. And then I added some eggs to here, baking powder, and milk. I use a little bit of almond milk. Those are baking up right now. Look how fluffy this one is. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And then instead of putting syrup, because you can't buy sugar-free syrup here, I made myself a strawberry puree syrup. So basically I just had some frozen strawberries. I cooked those up with some water and just so they're not frozen. And then I just pureed that, and I added some sweetener. So I use the stevia. Okay, so here is my pancake. I'm going to put even a little bit extra butter and melt that on top. Then I have my sugar-free strawberry sauce, because I was really in the mood for pancakes. And that is a muesli. On the bottom, I haven't mixed it together so you can kind of see the individual components. So on the bottom, I have my muesli mix, and it looks like this. So you can look for this in your grocery store. Unrefined ingredients, like there are oats in here, there's nuts in here, and then there is actually some dried fruit in here as well. I think there's little raspberries and some raisins, not too many though. So it's not the same as granola, because granola is basically they add oils to it usually and bake it. So this is not baked or anything. It's basically just the raw ingredients. I put those in a bowl and soak them with just a little bit of orange juice just to soak these up so they're not quite so hard. So I let it soak for about, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes, so it's soaked up all the orange juice. And then I've put one whole apple that I grated. So there's a shaved apple or grated apple in here. You can see the apple. And then I've got some plain yogurt. There's no sugar in it. And then this on top is actually passion fruit, which has been my grocery store find. I am loving having passion fruit in my muesli. It's amazing. And this right here, what you're seeing, that is actually vanilla, bourbon vanilla. So it's just ground up vanilla. I don't like it when it's too solid, so I mix this all up, and then if it's too thick, I just add a little bit of water. And this is a big bowl, so sometimes I will eat like half of this for breakfast, and then sometimes if there is any left over, I will have this like when I get back from my walk with the dog. And this honestly keeps me full for a really long time. So I have 2 eggs under here. So this is what you're seeing on top is arugula. So I just put that on top. There are 2 sunny side up eggs down there. I've got 2 sausages, and then these are some oven roasted tomatoes, which I absolutely love these. I use cherry tomatoes and I slow roast them in the oven with some garlic and spices and olive oil, and I roasted those I think for like 3 hours. So they have this incredible flavor. I don't know if the eggs are still somewhat soft. Yes, I love it when the eggs are like soft boiled. There's still like a little bit of runny egg yolk. This is something that I like to make often. So I've got eggs here. Today I felt very hungry, so I made 3 eggs. Sometimes I just make 2 eggs, kind of just depends. Then I wilted some spinach, and I've got some bacon here, and then I put a little bit of feta cheese on there as well. So that's my vegetables in there, and then I've got the protein, and that's really something that I like to make for lunch. My chicken noodle soup without the noodles. So basically I have actually a recipe for a chicken noodle soup, and I basically just do that. I add a crap ton of vegetables to the soup. Carrots, celeries, leek, and I think like cabbage, or I don't know. There's like basically a bunch of soupy type of vegetables. Just put some broth in there. And then there's a lot of chicken in here. So you can see there's like tons of chicken chunks there. I put those in the oven, and then I took them off the bone. So I used like the chicken thighs and the meat, like the dark meat, because I feel like it has a lot more flavor. And then I added that and then cooked it with the broth. So I am just preparing dinner for tonight. I am making like faux potatoes. So these are butternut squash pieces, but it is actually a low carb friendly vegetable. And I made it as if I'm making like potatoes, like roasted potatoes. So I put on a bunch of fresh rosemary and olive oil and salt and pepper. So I'm making again like for multiple days. I've got some chicken drumsticks. So I've got a bunch of them. So this is gonna last me for a while. Again, a little bit of olive oil, not too much because I do leave the skin on and there's like a lot of fat in the skin. So you don't need to add like a ton of oil, but just a little bit so that the spice mix adheres. And I just use like, I don't know, this like meat spice mix, and it just has like, I don't know, paprika. So I'm gonna put this into the oven to roast. And then I've got some vegetables here. I've got some broccoli, some Romanesco, and some purple cauliflower, and I'm going to steam that. Okay, I have just taken everything out of the oven, so I just wanted to show you how crisp and brown these squash are, the butternut squash. They almost do look like potatoes. The baked chicken, and I've got my steamed broccoli, Romanesco, and blue cauliflower in there. That's the portion I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon juice on top of this as well. Dinner that I just prepared. prepared, and it's basically just chicken breast that's sliced up, and I basically made a little stir fry out of it with some broccoli. And I steamed the broccoli a little bit before because we don't have a proper wok, and like this thing just doesn't get hot enough, so I like to just steam the broccoli a little bit, and then at the end I put it in the pan, put some roasted sesames on the top, and then the soy sauce and a little bit of, what else is in there? Lemon juice and sriracha sauce and some garlic that I just put in with the meat that fried up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that food diary. Let me know if you would like to see more, and I'll try and film it again. And thanks so much for watching another Fit Friday. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye.